It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee.
I first discovered the Main Island Trail. I can't even remember how long ago it was. The trail really discovered me.
What the Main Island Trail has done is opened up some of the most beautiful pieces of land, most beautiful environments to everybody. So anybody can get in a kayak or a sailboat or some boat and get out here and enjoy these places.
We like to think that it has something for everyone.
I'm pretty sure there's ocean water in my veins.
My mission has always been that people who care about the islands will protect the islands, and it really is a true statement.
It's a source of pride. It's part of what distinguishes the coast of Maine from the coast of some other state. The Main Island Trail is a water trail from Kittery up to Lubeck. The trail was the brainchild of a gentleman named Dave Getchell Sr. He had been exploring the islands off of the coast of Maine, and he came up with the idea of the Main Island Trail, where if MITA, Main Island Trail Association, created the dots that people could go island to island and create their own route. The original islands on the Main Island Trail were all state property, and very quickly private parties began to express interest in being part of the trail. Within a few years, the number of private islands eclipsed the number of public islands. So the trail is largely maintained by volunteers. We have about 1,000 people volunteer each year. We want the user experience to be that when you step foot on that island, that you almost feel as though you're the first person ever to walk ashore there.
My name is Alicia Hayburn, and I am a member of the Board of Trustees for the Main Island Trail Association. The trail really discovered me, and that my family has an island that is part of the trail. It was this asset that we had that my family was really excited to be able to share. Every year we get a beautiful report based on the logbooks on the islands of how many people visited, what the comments were that they left behind, which just is reinforcing the sense of reciprocity and generosity.
So we have boaters of all kinds who use the Main Island Trail. We even have a few people who actually walk out to certain islands that are right near shore. So if you're looking for your first experience on the Main Island Trail, you can look up a guide, of which there are many all along the coast. And then there are outfitters as well who will rent you equipment. And often the guides are working with the outfitters, so you get both in one.
I'm Zach Ankers. I'm a sea kayaking guide. I'm owner of Portland Paddle, a sea kayaking company that offers guided trips on the coast of Maine. I fell in love with the ocean when I was a little kid, and my dad started sea kayaking and took me along with him. And we went on these camping trips on the Main Island Trail. We just camped on all these magical little islands. You know, being able to just like have a whole island to yourself is like a dream come true.
I'm Suzanne Blackburn, and I'm a sea kayak guide, work for Portland Paddle. So I started whitewater kayaking in 1980 and then transitioned to sea kayaking in 1996. So I've been at it for a while. I think most of us, if not all of us, feel a responsibility to be stewards of the islands and stewards of the environment.
Me and my dad, for a couple years, adopted Little Sheep Island. And so we would go out and clean it occasionally. And it was just really a great excuse to go for a paddle and head out to an island that we loved. Some of my favorite memories are from the down east Maine coast. It feels just a little bit more wild and a little more intense. There's, you know, a lot of fog, the water's even colder, the tides are even bigger. To live in that environment for like several days is just puts you in a different state of mind.
The coast of Maine offers such a variety of conditions, everywhere from something that a beginner kayaker would be really comfortable in, to conditions where more advanced kayakers can definitely challenge themselves. I think for most people, winter is definitely a no-go, but spring through the fall, the angle of the light on the water is just really spectacular. It's just gorgeous. So one of the things that's really unique about the coast of Maine and the Main Island Trail is that we have hundreds, if not thousands, of barrier islands. So all along the coast, there are really well-protected routes that give you a chance to see a lot of sea life and experience the ocean without exposing you to really big ocean swells and ocean wind and waves.
Our job as sea kayak guides is to make sure that people have a sea kayaking experience that's fun and safe and that makes them want to explore the Maine coast even more. I see my job as just bringing people out into this environment that's so amazing and so beautiful. The environment really does most of the work for me.
So there's a poem that says that once you've slept on an island, you'll never be the same. It's almost like a tiny little planet that is all yours for a short period of time. And that's really what the Maine Island Trail is all about.
My name is Charles Melkovitz. I go by Charlie. I work for Maine Island Trail Association as the caretaker on Jewel Island. Jewel is the outermost island in Casco Bay that is on the trail. A lot of visitors come. They like to just drop anchor, hang out for the day. And then there's also 16 campsites, 3.5 miles of trails. Jewel is super popular because it caters to a wide range of folks that want to visit. For instance, there's Cocktail Cove, where I have seen on a busy weekend, sunny day, up to 60 boats in the cove. Many of them are rafted up together. They've got music going and they're having a great time. They're cooking out on the boat. And then there's the folks that are coming out on a multi-day trip, pretty self-sufficient, small in a kayak, and they will camp for a night, 2 nights as part of a longer journey, or they just want to get a weekend getaway. There are many islands that you can camp on in Casco Bay. Little Chebeague is pretty similar to Jewel as far as easy access.
My name's Lou Zeppieri. I work for Maine Island Trail Association. I'm the caretaker for Little Chebeague Island in Casco Bay. Being an island caretaker is a particularly unique job. You know, you have to be prepared for rapidly changing weather conditions, different groups of experienced and inexperienced campers. It's just great to, be able to support people in nature. I absolutely love it. It's a labor of love. One unique feature of Little Chebeague is that there's an extensive kelp farm and aquaculture farm. We have mussels, scallops, oysters, and kelp all growing on all sides of the island.
Hi, my name is Courtney MacIsaac, and I work with the Maine Lobster Bait Company in Portland, Maine. I grew up on Peaks Island, which is one of the islands in Casco Bay. As a child, we always used to just cook lobsters on the rocks. Bring everybody on the island together, bring families together. And as time went on, I was always collecting all my friends on the island, having parties on the beach. When I moved back to Maine after living in Europe for a while, I decided that I wanted to start event planning, and lobster just felt like home to me. So I decided to start doing lobster bakes. Seafood is a very important component to the local community here. I'm very fortunate that my home base is on one of the wharfs in Portland. So our whole wharf is full of just lobstermen and other fishermen. It's part of our culture here in Maine. It's great to be able to eat right from the ocean, to eat locally, and to support people in the local community. And it's part of what Maine is.
I feel like there's such a deep appreciation for being able to come to these fragile, wild, sometimes far-flung islands and be able to stay the night, to watch the sun set over Cadillac Mountain, and then to wake up the next morning and see sunrise just pink across the water. Made me feel so connected to that place, like love for the place.
Being able to spend this much time on the coast, on the water, and on the islands really changed me. It gave me more of a sense of belonging. The ocean isn't just something I visit. The ocean is a place where I live. Gift of a lifetime.
I think the trail is extremely important to the local community because it's their backyard. We make it accessible for everyone.
A lot of people, especially in our culture, don't have so much time to spend just enjoying nature.
I think that access to any natural environment is really important. It's important for society, it's important for our culture, it's important for our mental health. And I feel that when we have a chance to really be in the environment, really be on the coast of Maine, we have a better sense of connection and a better sense of stewardship, better sense of caretaking to take care of these really precious islands.
There's islands being added to the trail every year, and so there's always more islands to discover.